Why, hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Shibud, and it looks like I'm a little bit bright. Hold up. Come on, Logitech. It's update. There we go. Hi, we're better now. We're better now. I didn't have G-Hub up, and it looked like it was trying to install. There it goes. It has installed an update. For whatever reason, my webcam, Logitech webcam, resets its settings every time I restart my computer. And they only come back after I launch the G-Hub app. For whatever reason. So hello, good morning. We're here. I need to mention here at the start that unfortunately it looks like I will not be able to stream on Thursday, our second Factorio day this week, because our satellite has gone out. The TV says that it's got complete signal loss on bright and sunny days. It went out after a huge amount of rain and wind. Big storm went through. You know, that big winter storm that went over the U.S. Southeastern U.S. this past weekend. Yeah, that thing. We didn't get any snow where I live from it, but we got a heck of a lot of rain and really strong wind. And I mean a lot of rain and wind. And yeah, now the satellite cannot acquire a signal. It's quite possible that it was enough wind to just ever so slightly nudge the dish outside. We have our satellite dish on the ground in the backyard, mounted to a really, really big, heavy slab of concrete that was put in there to hold it down so it wouldn't fall over. And they are secured tight on their orientation, so it would have taken a lot to move it, but perhaps it just got moved. I don't know. It can't acquire the signal. So a technician is coming out on Thursday between 10 and 12. They were going to come out on Sunday, freaking a week later, to have a look at it, to fix it, but we got expedited, and now we're going to have them out on Thursday. We made sure to get prorated on our inability to have service for this period of time. Got like 8 days of prorated service for that. So at least we got something out of it. And they gave us a month free of protection of their like warranty protection service plan, which means that the visit from the technician, instead of being $95 payable immediately upon the reservation of the appointment, ends up being absolutely nothing. And then it would be $10 a month after the first free month, but you can cancel at any time. So we got that going. Free visit plus 8 days prorated service, so can't really complain besides the fact that we just don't have the service right now. We can still access like our recordings on the DVR, and anything that's over the internet can still go through the dish, but yeah, it sucks. It sucks that it's happened, but at least we're getting decently compensated for it. We also yesterday streamed a brand new game with the Hunter Call of the Wild. I think it went okay-ish. I was a bit scatterbrained trying to figure out exactly how to explain all of the mechanics in that game. Did not successfully eloquently describe the mechanics in that game in a reasonable way, but hey, you know what? It's fine. Also found out that strawpoll.me is broken, because I was like, yeah, let's have a poll for what maps to play on each stream for the week. And after seeing 0 votes for an extremely long period of time, aka a few days, I decided, you know what? I haven't voted on my own poll yet. Let's go ahead and vote on my own poll just to make sure things are okay. They were not okay. I voted. It said that I voted. It had registered that I had voted. I couldn't vote again, and yet when I go to view results, it came up 0s across the board. It's like, okay, hit inspect, and there's a 503 error on the page to actually retrieve the results. It's like, okay, you're busted, and apparently it's been busted since early December and hasn't been fixed yet. So that service is officially dead. I'm going to say that service is officially dead, and I have moved over to strawpoll.com to make longer polls. And I do have a new poll for week 2, so starting next week, of which the top 2 maps by votes will win that poll, and they will be the maps that I play next week. Yesterday, of course, I played the Leighton Lake District, a vanilla map for the Hunter Call of the Wild. It's one of the 2 maps that you get included with the game without having to pay for extras. We've got a dolly. Hello, my dolly. Hello, baby girl. And tomorrow, when we play again, I will be playing on the Te Awaroa map, aka New Zealand, which is one of the many, many DLC maps, because that was the second place in the vote. Really, it was a tie, Leighton Lake and that one, for the very short period of time that I could actually run that poll by the time I realized that there was a problem. But I do have the other poll. The next poll up. It's on my Discord channel, or my Discord server, I should say, available. And here you can have a link to that. You can have a link to that poll for next week if you haven't voted yet. And I did set it so that, at least I think I set it so that VPN users are allowed to vote on the poll. Because apparently by default, they prevent people on VPNs from voting so that you don't have people doing multiple votes. But I'm not quite as concerned about that right now. Especially when one person already complained that they couldn't even vote because they were on a VPN. All right. So that is that. Apparently, Microsoft is buying Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion, which is like, okay, that's big. That's a big thing. One of those head scratchers, like, huh, why? And why now, given the circumstances of what's been going on with Activision? Anyway, that means we'll see those games in the Xbox Game Pass, ideally, at some point. Huh. Countdown until they put in the Warcraft 3 remastered on Xbox Game Pass. Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo. Anyway, welcome back to Factorio. Last time we met in Factorio, I finished setting up the prerequisite stuff to get into Circuit 2s. That was the main thing we did. We got into PCB 2s. It was glorious, absolutely wonderful. I am accruing beautiful PCB 2s. I've got nearly 4,000, 3.6K of PCB 2s now, all stored up. And I went over here and placed a rather large train station in here that we haven't really done anything with yet. We placed it and put down the infrastructure with the basic internal logistics for the Circuit 2s. So that's really what we had done last time. Between our streams here, in the meanwhile, that. Yeah, so what I did over here with the oil sands is I took one of these units that was here and expanded it down to double its rate, and then I took the whole thing and pasted it again. So, I have enough bitumen now. I have sufficient quantities now for my base. I had insufficient quantities off of basically 3 of these, which was, what, 400, I think, per second? 200 per second? I forget exactly. I think it was net 200 each, so 246. I went from 600 to 12. You know, I just doubled my output of bitumen by doing that. Adding in a few more of these oil sand extractors. So, yeah, I'm okay now on that. It's technically more than 1,200 per second of production. Like if I go into here and look at bitumen, it's 95K per minute of production. versus like 86, 87k per minute of consumption, of which 96,000 per minute, so divide that by 6, that's 1600 per second, yeah, of actual production. But a lot of it gets cycled inside to make the naphtha to keep the system flowing. That was the primary thing I did. I don't really remember doing much else besides that. Let's see. I think now it's just a matter of getting circuit 2s. Yeah, it is. We just need circuit 2s now. I'm trying to think, do I want to have more belt? I think I want to have more belt brought to me, because this is going to use a lot of belt to do all of this logistics. And then we have to think about what are we going to do after circuit 2s. What's going to come next once I have the circuit 2s? Oh boy. Oh boy. Do I even have the power? Probably not. Probably not. Well, the first thing that I would like to get is more power, ideally. So I will set up the combustion turbine Mark IIs for production, and I will set it to actually request the circuit 2s. I don't currently, in my mall area, I have several buildings that are like the Mark IIs, but none of them have requests set. I don't think any of them have their requests set. There are a few things though. I need to go here. Yeah, I need to go to this guy and get rid of that request for the next lit mine, because it's just going to send 100 circuit 2s that way, and I don't really want them to be sitting around in this chest here. I can't even get the next lit mine until I have neuro processors. Right, neuro processors. What do I need to get into you? Nextlit and brains. So, I think we can get neural processors. I think we can do that pretty quickly here. Alright, Borax, you're first. I would want to actually have something that I can use I need a good amount of production of whatever I'm using for brains. So I need to decide what I want to use for brains on neuroprocessors, and that's going to be like a really big aspect of the build. Will be how do we solve the brain issue, because yeah, I'm gonna want to have 0.8. Yeah, that's a lot of Ulrich. That's a lot of Ulrich. For reference, this is 1 Ulrich per second. At least I think this is 1. Pretty sure this is exactly 1, and I'm using it for more than just the brains right now. On these uncaged Ulrich. See, I need to figure out exactly what I'm going to do for brains, if I'm going to even use the Ulrich for them. just because at the moment Ulrich needs needs Pi Science to unlock the recipes that use bedding. And I'm going to be in the process of getting bedding shortly, very shortly, as I work towards good alien samples and Pi Science in general. I'm going to need neuroprocessors to get into Pi Science anyway, even though it would be nice to have them to get Mark II alien life buildings and the big mines for Nexlet and such. For Nexlet ore, really, in high volumes. I may have to push these back just a bit. Just a little bit. Why isn't this broken down? I could have sworn I had a Pi Science that I had like a full plan. I thought I had a Pi Science with a full plan. Did I accidentally? There it is. There you are. There's the full plan for Pi Science. Yeah, I need things. I need lots of things for the flavonoids, the perogen, and the solidified sarcoris. Lots of stuff, including bedding. And cotton gut food. So quite a few things to think about here. First, though, I do need a lot of logistics work done here. This would be copper, yes? We're doing copper here, and we're doing tin here. They are to be separate. Ahem. R borax at C2. R copper at C2. R tin at C2. Alright. Copper. And tin. As neither of them have an available train right now. Wonderful. Okay, do I need actual copper or tin in any of these? I do need a tin here as tin. And you need a tin as tin. So this was going to be ceramic and tin. So I'll need to keep that in mind. This line is next. This line is ceramic. Oh boy, hello, ceramics. Do I need ceramics without tin anywhere else? No. No, I do not. So we're going to put ceramic with tin. And it will go down into here. Yeah, ceramic and tin. Whoops. Alright, ceramic. You're next. Oh look, tin. The tin has arrived. Our ceramic at C2. Ah, the copper has arrived. Excellent. Right, where does ceramic live? Right there. Bring me ceramic. And that will get these air core inductors going. So now I need this line. This line is ferrite and melamine resin. Do I need either of those elsewhere? I do need the melamine resin out this way in here. I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, there we go. I survived. I have survived. You. I'm gonna put the ferrite and the melamine resin together on the same line. And there you go. Okay. And that would be you. The ferrite and the melamine resin will be here. There we go. Our ferrite at C2. Our melamine resin at C2. Come on down, ferrite, wherever ferrite lives. Ferrite? Fusion energy, okay. Ferrite and melamine resin. Which I thought was here, but is apparently not. High tech. There you go. Ta-da! That will be that line. Oh good, we have our tinned cables. Ah yes, I haven't even connected the boric acid yet. It's used in only 2 steps, right? Yeah. It's used here, and it's used over here. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the stream. We are finally getting circuit 2s. Only 242 hours of playtime in. Right, there you go. There you go, boric acid. Enjoy. Melamine resin should be here shortly. There it is. Alright, you need plates and pulp. And you need, yeah, so this is the aluminum plates on this line. At least they better be. All right, next. There we go. Request ale plates at C2. Come on down. And I guess while I'm here, I can bring in that pulp from all the way up here. Oh gosh, this train station is massive. Actually, I might leave that there. Ale pulp. I actually just called it pulp 01 at C2. You. Come on down. My allergies are awful today. All it takes is just starting to talk. And suddenly, allergies! So we got a couple things here using this pulp. Or is it just the one? I think it's just the one. We'll see. Anything else? Using pulp. No, just this guy. Alright. Sounds good. Yeah, I did a playthrough, my first playthrough without using trains. But then again, that was before Pi Alien Life, so yeah, and I swore then that I would never do that again. That I would never do that again. That was dumb. So Coke and glass. Alright, I don't need Coke or glass on anything else here. Oh boy. Going up. We're going to share a belt between Coke and glass. Okay. Our Coke at C2. Our glass at C2. Yeah, I have that series on my channel. It's called Pyandons Off the Rails. Because I didn't use rails. And I did rather funky things. I made very different decisions in that playthrough. I wanted to experience a lot of what the mod set had to offer. And that included trying to get all of my ores from water, basically, from nothing, to do the ground boring for all of my ore types. Yeah, I'm not going to do that again. Not on a standard map. It is possible you can get every single ore type that you need from water, nothingness. If you so desire, you need tin. I did not pay attention to that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, ugh. You also need tin. Great, so I need the tin to be on one of these two lines. Alright, the plastic. This is the plastic. So it's going to be tin and... Huh. Tin and cermet. So it'll merge with cermet on like one of these two lines. Since both of these sides need cermet, and then the other one needs to be the light N and light P. So my off the rails playthrough focused on robots and was a grid layout of robots in the end. I did a main bus through circuit 2s on that save, but again, there was no Pi Alien Life then. Pi Alien Life, I will like even then I wasn't going to ever do a pure main bus all the way through that circuit 2s anymore. Now with all of this extra stuff with Alien Life, it's not an option. Not really an option anymore. I mean, if you're willing to spend hundreds of thousands of units of belt and have them all running every which way, then fine, go ahead, but not something that I will want to do at any point. Alright, what's the next thing? What's the next ingredient I need? Something here. Cermet plus ferrochrome. Alright. Okay. I'm going to need a cermet plus tin. And this will be cermet plus ferrochrome. We've got a kitty cat playing. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna keep that, and I'm gonna do that. So you are our cermet at C2, and you are our ferrochrome at C2. Cermet, where do you live? Right there. And ferrochrome. That's not ferrochrome. That's ferrochrome. And there we go. Cermet and ferrochrome. Yeah, you see, I just don't have the patience to do a lot of belt and bus like that. Not that huge, anyway. I am impatient. I am lazy. That's what I am. I always try to build the easy way, or as easy a way as I can. I will always err on the side of how much effort does it take. Yeah, I don't like biters. I don't like playing with them. Okay. Right, I need to bring one of these two lines. Doesn't really matter which one. Cermet and tin. Because we don't need cermet anymore. Alright, there's that ferrite, so I'm going to have these resistors now. Okay. So this line coming in here, that needs to be plastic. This line needs to be the light N and light P dope silicon, and this line needs to be rare earth oxides. It looks like we've gone far enough that I can actually start bringing in stuff on this side directly. Alright, so first up was plastic. Alright, you. Hey, our plastic at C2. Let's go, plastic. And then the light N and the light P silicon will be shared from up here. Alright, so request LN silicon at C2. Request LP silicon at C2. Alright, light N. Which one is that? That one. And light P. That one. And then, of course, RREO at C2. Rare earth oxides. And there we go. That is going to be the most of the things for the diodes. Oh, right, you need nylon. It needs to share rare earth oxides with nylon. Well, I better fix it quick. Phew. I fixed it. Alright, our nylon. Where is nylon? There you are. Come on down. And I'll split it for the other thing that needs nylon, I guess. Because you need nylon. But that needs to be shared with heavy N-doped silicon. Alright. You win. Right, and the bulk of the rest of the requests are done from the train station. So things like the solder and the PCB2s and the MOSFETs and the optical fiber. So there's like 4 plus batteries, 5 more things by train, and simple circuit 1s, so circuit 1s by train. So there's like 2, 4, 6. How many more stations do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 more stations. Yes, because of heavy N-doped silicon. That'll be the 7th. Well, alrighty then. Let's go ahead and do that. So the next is heavy N. Plus nylon. I actually need to split this. And run it there. Alright, heavy N plus nylon. Our heavy N silicon at C2. This guy. Ta-da. And that is also nylon. Phew. Alright, that just leaves the final 6. Do we have a guideline or step-by-step for Pi mods like in vanilla? It's a little bit more difficult than that because, like in vanilla, you know how there's a, you know how in vanilla you could either go purple science or yellow science, and it doesn't really matter which order you do those in? Here, it does matter. Purple goes into yellow. Your optionals are between blue science, chemical science, and Pi science. You can do the Pi science or chemical science in any order you want. whichever order you want. Yeah, trying to break down an exact order of operations on absolutely everything is it would be a massive task, to say the least. I think I'm not going to be able to care as much about the throughputs on each of these items, unfortunately. Ooh, I need to grab more underground belt. I haven't needed to grab that in a while. Thank goodness I carry some. So guidelines will depend upon what phase of the game you're at any given moment. And it will be pretty much what have you done, what have you not done, etc. Generally speaking, is whatever you have the ability to build it. Order isn't as important as long as it's existent volumes. And the rest of these are from the train stations. Yes. We need PCB2, circuit 1, solder, MOSFETs, optical fiber, and batteries. Oh great, I need to actually shift a little bit. Going up. Gee, am I even going to have enough belt here? I knew I needed more than 2,000 units. Whoops, wrong line. So I have on my channel a variety of Pyandons mods tutorials. Not all of them are fully up to date, but things like the ore processing videos, those have not really changed. Some of my opinions have changed on a lot of them, because things like raw coal and oil sands are more useful now, / required now. And they weren't when I made those videos. But I think I had basic walkthroughs of the initial sciences with Pi Science, or not Pi Science, but with Pi Alien Life. Okay, we're here. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there we go. Does not matter what is what. So RC1 at C2. RPC B2 at C2. Up here are MOSFETs at C2. What next? Our Optical fiber at C2. Where is it? Optical fiber. Optical fiber, you're red. You're here, aren't you? Yes, for whatever reason. What else? Are batteries at C2. And R solder at C2. There you are. What are we making today? Circuit 2s. Red circuits, complex circuits, whatever you want to call them. That's what we are making. Right now, in fact. Like, right now, as soon as these trains come in, we will have them. I have done all of my logistics work to make these glorious things known as complex circuit boards, otherwise known as Circuit 2s. Today is finally the day. This is a mega milestone. An absolutely mega milestone. Because this unlocks Mark II buildings of the vast majority of buildings. Really? What? Not defined. Oh, that would help. You know, it would help. If I defined solder. Yeah, that would help. Just a bit. Now my concern is pulp. Being able to consistently bring in the pulp. Because of the way that I've built my aluminium area. Yeah. Yeah, it's not getting any more brought in because the molten isn't full. The way that this works, at least it should be working. Huh? Oh, it's limited by phosphoric acid. Because I'm not. Because I'm not making it on site. Why would I add a whole bunch of infrastructure again? Like why would I make this bigger? Like, the whole point was that it's a distributed system. And I need pulp for other things besides just this. No, if I do anything, I'm going to make another factory that only outputs pulp 1. That's where my mind went, is just, oh, do another factory that only outputs pulp 1. Don't I'm not thinking about making pulp 1 at Circuit 2s, like, no. That goes counter to the point. I very specifically have designed this in this way, as it's a way that we haven't done this before. It's not a matter of voiding for not having the continued production of the pulp. Right now, it's a matter of not having enough phosphoric acid sent in to process it. Like right now, the issue on pulp 1 is that I don't have enough phosphoric being brought in. It seems that there is phosphoric available. It's just I need to have the train hold more at any given time. It moves. It's moving. It's processing my belt of ore. But it's a lot of infrastructure. It's a lot of infrastructure to process even just one yellow belt worth of ore. Or is this a red belt? I think this is a red belt of ore. But still, even just that, a red belt of ore. Ish. I don't even have enough phosphoric for it. And even though the plates are full, the molten isn't. And it's set to an overflow on the filling of the pulp. So the priorities in here are to fill the plates first, then the molten, then the pulp. How many per second? Well, it's this. It's 30 into 30. So there's a little bit that's whatever 7.8 is completely excess going into molten. But I don't quite have the throughput for that 36 on the phosphoric. Why does it say no trains? Like, I have phosphoric. Come on. You. I guess you need to hold, like, 12,000 at a time. Ah, yes, and it's also being used at etching solution. That's the other thing. Phosphoric is used in many locations. I have a few circuits. They exist. Say hello to Circuit 2s. They're here. They've arrived. Alright, Circuit 2s. Congrats on your existence in the base. Oh boy, that unlocks so much. So much stuff. I'm only theoretically making one Circuit 2 a second. One out of all of this mess. Out of all of this mess, 1 per second. Yeah, there's a good reason why a lot of people just have bots do this. Specifically this part. Yeah, this is one of those candidates for bot replacement, especially with more than 2,000 units of belt. It's 1 per second as long as I have enough of the pulp and all the other ingredients. There's no guarantee I actually have enough train throughput of all the other ingredients. It looks like I do. Ah, I see. I am inserter limited. I am, in fact, inserter limited. My long-headed inserter throughput is insufficient. I need another one of these. Oh, yeah, those medium resistors require 3 per second. Alright, just adding that one seemed to be enough. There we go. Yeah, because this building should be operating 100% uptime. Now, to not die from this busy train station, and head up to the mall. We have some restocking to do. Busy, busy, busy station. So, now what? That happened rather quickly today. Finally, Circuit 2s. So there's all that stuff that's been on the list for a while. I don't need to worry about meat, or drilling fluid too, for that matter, for the moment. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think about here, because we could go for neuroprocessors, but I don't think I want to spend Ulrich on the brains. Because I think also the Ulrich corrals for Mark II are not available. But I could make Mark II AUG paddocks immediately. I already am able to make AUG paddocks without even needing Circuit 2s. So that alone makes me more inclined to go the route of AUGs as our next thing. Even if they're going to be a little bit more expensive. No, on this to-do list, this is stuff that I had on my mall that I don't that I had on my mall, on my bus. These are all things that I had on my bus that I have not put onto the train network yet. So all of this is stuff that we've already seen before in some capacity that I just haven't put onto the trains yet. Now, work is going to be towards pie science and chemical science, specifically good alien samples. These guys. I need these guys. That's the last ingredient I need for my blue science. But to get these guys, I'm gonna need a few things. I'm gonna need a few things. Yeah, I'm gonna need Corlex. Yeah, I'm gonna need Corlex and Archots. Ulrichs need Pi Science to upgrade to Mark II. As I have said now multiple times. Ulrichs need Pi Science to upgrade to Mark II for the buildings. And I will scale them when I get there. But I need brains now to get into Pi Science in the first place. So, that and the bedding recipe is not available until the Pi Science for Ulrichs. Augs, I already have recipes that use bedding for Augs. And I have Mark II buildings access for Augs. So I want to potentially, I want to have them in my consideration to use them for the brains for the neuroprocessors. At least until I get Pi Science to then switch to something better later. Because I really, really do not feel like quadrupling this infrastructure here and having to scale my Ulrich food even more and all of the ingredients for the Ulrich food even more. Just no. No. Also on the agenda sooner rather than later is this food, the improved fungal substrate. Even though, yeah, again, it's caged Ulrich, but I think I at least have this much in spare to get the bones. I think I have this much spare for the bones. But there's just so many options of how to progress. And then first, Corlex. So first, Corlex will need artificial blood and fetal serum. Artificial blood needs blood, as well as like decalin and cobalt fluoride, which, yeah, things that we need to scale. Fetal serum is silver and guts and glassware. Okay, that's fine, but yeah, those guts, that's a lot of guts for the fetal serum. It's a lot of guts for the fetal serum. And then we have to breed them and get more of them, and then we have to get milk out of them for the good samples. And I need the good samples for the Yotoi aloe. Where's the first Yotoi? There it is. Yeah, I need good samples for Yotoi for bedding. Ah, the leaves are used to make bedding. I can get the grod right now. I would need the otoi for bedding. And bedding, we have access to 2 caged og recipes. Although I need to, like, question, are they even worth it? Oh, there's Vrauk ones, too. Vrauk I would like to get into as an optional, because they bleed formic acid. And I would like to use them in my rubber production / my latex production to not need to spend iron and copper plates on formic acid. Oh boy. So yeah, order of operations is very important here. Hello, Dolly. How's that baby? How's that baby? Ah. So what do I want? What do I want first? Let's do Augs. Or let's at least look at Augs and do some comparisons. That improves time by 10 seconds. By spending fiber. No. And that also, the bedding also only improves time by 10 seconds. The Mark II is going to be a far, far, far greater improvement, I think. So we're going to set that to there. Oh, it's a 50%. Okay. It has 2 more module slots. So for brains, if I want 0.8 on the output, 49 paddocks to spend that stuff, and then all the stuff to make the food. Starch isn't as bad. Now that I have the stuff to make it. I really should get fiberboard on the train network at some point. It's coming up pretty often. And I'm making it pretty much the same way every time. I have the plastic production. But Faugi. But Faugi. And then, yeah, 49 is still a lot of buildings. And the only thing the increased complexity is going to do is reduce the number of buildings without giving me better output, which is not going to be worth it, actually. When actually looking at these recipes on Augs. The problem is that it's only a 0.8. A 0.8% chance. Now, going from 0.7 to 0.8, yeah, okay, that's worth it. But if everything else is stuck at 80%, then probably not. Then it takes quality food to go up to 90%. Yeah, growth factor antivirals are nice, but it's not the way that I'll do it in the long term. If I want caged animals, generally speaking, I'm going to do that. In the long term, once I get access to this stuff, growth factor and resveratrol and field serum, I will be doing pups plus cages into cage dogs, where you double the amount of adult ogs for the amount of input of pups, and the pups have similar recipes with antivirals and pheromones, I think, as well. But yeah, I think that I'm going to do the improved substrate first to get the Thaugi scaled. That's going to be what I do. I have decided here. I'm going to need my thingies. I'm going to need some cages. I don't know if I have any here. I do have some. I need you. And I need you. Okay. I have not broken down urea. So I will need bioreactors. Right, I should check what things I need at Mark II and bring in my Mark II. I have not upgraded. I like that thought as you said it just has come to me. It's like I did want to look at the Mark II buildings that I have access to, and I wanted to start with making sure that I can build the Mark II combustion turbines. Let's start by bringing the Circuit 2s in. They're on their way! They're on their way! Yeah, power needs to be number one. Excuse me. Power should come absolutely first, for a perpetual solution to power. You get rid of those. Now, am I making the Mark I turbines anywhere? Probably not. Probably not, so we'll go over here. Mark 1, Mark 2, go and go. And yeah, make many of these. I'm gonna need a lot. I'll need a few. A few. Hey, it's already arrived to deliver the full 100 Circuit 2s. It's absolutely glorious. Power! Okay, we have this select energy button. I don't think this is gonna work. Because it's not telling me, like, temperatures. I need to, like, add a block below, but whatever. And this is based off of, like, output energy, but, Show me, yeah, these recipes. I want a mix of aromatics and benzene. And I guess I can use Mark II powerhouses. I probably am not making powerhouses either. So I should make those. Yep, store a bunch of. Hey, at least I have red belts. At least I got the red belts. I want that. And what I really want is that and you to be linked. Okay. And I'm going to break down that from that from whatever amount I determine. I mean, it was actually like, what, 100? 200 per 100 each. 150 each at 520. So that means I have 300. It's not telling me. I have 300. Okay, that's a lie. That's not gonna work. Helmod does not work with this. So, I have a build that provides me with 100 each of benzene and aromatics. It is this. It is this. So, looking at things to upgrade to Mark II, when considering things to upgrade to Mark II, DDCs, fluid separators, washers, and soil extractors. Oh, I apparently already had a spot for those combustion turbines. Whoopsies. Didn't even notice. I didn't even notice. But yeah, washers, most definitely. I want upgraded DDCs. That's the DDC, right? No, that's the heavy oil. Oops. I want DDCs. Soil extractors. Yes. Yes, you, absolutely. You are the DDCs. There we go. More. More! More! It'll be really nice to have the high pressure furnaces. But the last one was, what now? The fluid separator? What the heck is that icon again? What is that icon? That one? Yes. And that was the fluid separator, yeah? Yes. Oh, wow, you use tanks. Great. So you'll notice that my my bots are a bit busy now. I am at 0 logistic bots available. That's as planned. It's a temporary issue, but you know what? I'm gonna flood some in. We're gonna add a few more. Alright, we're gonna add just a few more of these for now. Do I have the Mark IIs? Where do they live? I do not. Here. And they now need next-lit batteries. And super steel for the cargo ones, right. For the love of God, please, Pyanodon, I've never understood why you made the Mark II cargo bots need super steel while the construction bots need stainless steel. There's no reason for these things to use super steel. None whatsoever. They should both be stainless steel. They should absolutely both be stainless steel. And that's my alarm to indicate that we are, in fact, halfway through today's stream. Meaning that it is time to take a brief break as my bots are going absolutely crazy trying to build me all this stuff, all these turbines and powerhouses, all this glorious Mark II stuff that we now have access to. They'll slow down once all of the non-circuit 2s buffers have been put in on the chests. Once they've filled up those chests with various things, we'll be good to go. So I think it's going to be a better plan to have units of 400 per second for that, and however much power we get for 600 combustion mix is going to be however much power we get for 600 combustion mix. Oh yeah, and then there's biomass. Right, and then I have to also get biomass from scratch. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be a thing I solve later. I'll be back in a few minutes. And I have returned. Welcome back. Huh. Okay. I can now look at this from a different perspective of Mark IIs. Yes. Yes, and that should be default now. Oh, I have to go through every single freaking building and default to Mark IIs. Ah, right. Yeah, default. 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 Default, all that. Set you did those. Yeah, so now the build is going to be 200 out on the aromatics benzene. Hello, Ollie. Yeah, the big boy. The big boy has joined me. Hello, big boy. Not the big baby. How about Ollie? We've got Ollie and we've got Dolly. Yeah, we've got both of the babies here. Hi. Hi, big boy. Hi, big boy. Coming up to visit. Yeah, there you go. Off to the side. Off to the desk. Next to me. And how's Dolly? She's sleepy. She's sleepy girl. She's sleepy girl. Ah, just as long as she doesn't throw up on my desk again today. Like she did yesterday, while I was streaming. Okay. You. That's a lot of biomass. So how are we going to get 14 biomass per second in... Oh. But that's a lot of biomass. That's a lot of aromatics. Really? Alright then. 200 minus 28 is 172. Going into that. Hey, can I add that there? And matrix solve? I can. Well, that's surprising. Oh, and I guess technically I need, I haven't built them yet, but I do need them now. Where are my cooling towers? Those. And those. Go gadget cooling towers. You got Mark II Tufra for faster salt. You can get salt from Tufra. In which way? Salt enriched biomass? Yeah, that's a way. That's a way to salt. Good old phytomining. I haven't done any phytomining ever. And yet that's one of those features that someone had supported Pyandon to make, I think. One of the suggestions at the very least. Not like the Glassworks buildings. Oh god, I wish the person had just not did on Glassworks buildings. Oh, those someone straight up gave Pyandon money saying, "Hey, make Glassworks buildings." Like, okay, sure. Just commissioned the production of the Glassworks buildings. They made it happen. They made it happen. Alright, so now robots. We do have 2,600 plus free robots, so a lot of the other ingredients besides circuits are all transported now. That's fine by me. Gosh, that's just... like, how much power am I going to end up with in the end net? It's 520. Not quite, like 52% output. You have to, like, what, subtract 15 degrees, so it's 50-ish percent of the output of the turbine that you get at the rate of consumption of the turbine. Let me pull in the turbines. The turbines are big. Not the biggest, but they're that big. They're about yay big. They consume up to 60 units per second to produce up to 56.1 megawatts. So 56.1 times 50.5, whatever. So that's roughly 2.8 gigawatts per 60 per second. No, what am I doing? I'm multiplying when I'm meant to divide. Or times 0.5. There we go. So 28. Yeah, 28.3 megawatts per turbine. At 60 per second consumption. Ish. If we fed it 520 degree thingies. Again, ish. It's not an exact science here. I don't want to think about the magic of how Factorio generates power from fluid temperature. It's utter esoteric BS. So this combustion mix, we've got 561.2 divided by 60 times 28.33, whatever. So that would be about 265 that I could count on megawatts of power. 265 minus the cost of production, which is going to be more than 7.4. It's going to be... yeah. What? Didn't I... huh? Here. This is where I went. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna need biomass. I need a because I need to delete the pure sand that comes out of this system. So it's gonna be even less power. Per unit, anyway. So I was looking at what again up here? An extra 2.7 that says 2.7 something on the biomass. I mean, it's fine. It's just like another unit or two of aromatics. It brings it down ever so slightly. But still, 11 plus 7.4 is going to be not quite 20, like 19-ish megawatts. To get 260 out. It's around 240, I think, per block. 240 megawatts per block. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Don't know about what you think about that, but I think that's pretty good. And I would need 10, 9 or 10 turbines per block. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And then expand as necessary. You. Alright, give me, rather than Mark 1 DDCs, now until the end of time, at least until I get Mark 3s and 4s, we're going to get Mark 2 DDCs. And get rid of the Mark 1s. I only have 7, apparently. That's unfortunate. I'm also going to need those. And I'm going to need those, all of them. Every single one of them. And get rid of the Mark 1s. And I'm going to need these glorious soil extractors, which I can again find and remove the Mark 1 requests here and get rid of the Mark 1s. Ta-da! Now the tricky part. We need to wait until we have enough of this infrastructure. So in the meantime, we're gonna go do something else. Because this is the hard part. Now that we actually have Circuit 2s in production, it's gonna take a long time for our infrastructure buffers to fill up. The actual Mark II buildings to craft. It's gonna be a while. Gonna be a while. Good long while. So in the meantime, I am going to go and do that improved substrate. I don't believe that I've done Mark IIs of any of these buildings here, and I should have all of them requested. There we go. And then I'm going... Oh, I haven't done the steam breakdown. Is there anything here? Yeah, I can do biomass for the steam. Of course, it's not going to tell me it because it's broken. I need to add the recipe for steam reheating before it'll tell me how much stuff I need. In reality, I just have to ignore this fuel rod for the train station. I also should break that down so it tells me exactly that I need the Ulrich and not like cages or caged Ulrich. And let's get rid of the entry for water so that it doesn't confuse me when I build this station. Yes, logs into wood. Matrix solver, please, would be nice to have, so that order doesn't necessarily matter. And yeah, that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inputs in this station to make 5 improved fungal substrate. But it's going to need empty petri dishes. It's going to need an amount of empty petri dishes. So I may tack down like a temporary request for molten glass. We'll see. We shall see. I don't really make the petri dishes, and I don't provide them onto the network anywhere, so it's not like I can just go somewhere and have them immediately. So the current Faugi is up here. I'm going to do this right next door. There we go. And we're off. And I didn't actually restock my train. Oops. Whoopsies, I didn't restock my locomotive. My locoist of locomotive, as I got both the kitties here sleeping. They're both sleeping next to me. Behind me and next to me. Alright. Ah yes, just saw someone asking on Discord where they can find the mod list. It's like, well, it's in a different channel, but it seems like they found it. Yeah, I keep the mod list on my Discord. It's in the Factorio string sharing channel. Build for me, build all this stuff. Yeah, I can upgrade phosphates with Mark IIs. That's on the agenda. Like, I have a lot of work to do. I have a absolute ton of work to do. And realistically speaking, the Circuit 2s are currently going to be limited by... They're limited by these guys. These guys are... They're limited by 10 right now. That is the limitation. So if I wanted to make sure that I am producing enough Circuit 2s to match my 1 per second that I've built it for, because even though I've built the infrastructure to support 1 per second, I'm not actually getting 1 per second in the grand scheme. Not yet, anyway, because I don't have enough production of various parts of the system. There's some things that I do need more of. Tin is one, or at least, at the very least, I need more tin, like, in my train's logistics issue. I also need more aramid. I'm not producing enough aramid, I think. Whoops. Then there's a few other things going on, like nylon. I think I need more nylon, and yeah, a couple others. And then of course the pulp would need phosphoric acid. But I think the pulp thing is just not enough. Not a correct prioritization. I should prioritize the pulp into trains, like, as the primary. Oh, although I do see that there is a bunch of pulp now. So it's like, okay, there's a bunch of pulp now just hanging out, so something else is overpowering that as a limiting factor, and it's most likely the tin, because I go through so much tin in this build. And this is even after I doubled my tin. I already doubled my tin. I need to do it again. Ugh. But apparently not. Actually, not. I need more trains running tin because I have too many requests for tin. That seems to be the bigger issue here. You'll hold that much. Tin. S10 plates. D10 plates, full cargo, circuit condition, automatic, copy, paste, go. That'll help on the tin. So I needed 5 solids, right? Then the supply station, and then the temporary fluid. Oh, right, 2 temporary fluids. You're blocked. That's so sad, I hate deleting those. Alright, fluid inputs, temporary fluid inputs. Let's get something more modern. Over here. You look good. So this is just to make a few... Oh. I didn't bring any glassworks buildings. I'm gonna have to go and restock some of those. Because I don't carry them around. Let's go get them. Let's make sure I get them. But yeah, slowly but surely getting the Mark II buildings of the infrastructure that I'm using to get, like, my basic materials is... It's going to take a long time. A very long time. See, now we're out of phosphoric acid. Just need to have the train pull in a bunch. Although... this should have been an underflow valve. This should be an underflow valve. That's highly problematic. I should not be voiding any. I've been voiding these because of a bad Yeah. You know, I think I'm okay for the moment on my sulfuric stuff. I've got sulfur. My sulfuric acid train is busy. I might want more. And then coke, yeah, I've got a bit of coke somewhere. Where is it? Where's the coke? Where's Coke's coke? It's here. I know you're here. Here. You're here. I have 90 per second of coke at the moment. I will likely need more. For now, though, 90. Oh my god, it's not enough. Oh, which reminds me. 2 more things that will steal my circuit production that I would like to set up now. You should probably already have a idea of what these are. Why did I do this? There. Stack inserters. All of them on the planet. I'm going to be migrating away from using blue inserters to exclusively using stack inserters. That's part 1. Part 2 is all the way over here, wherein I have these guys. Red mini loaders. Now I'm going to store fewer of them, but these are going to eat my stack inserters. These are going to eat those stack inserters for a little while. But I absolutely want these red loaders for improving my loading into trains. There are areas where I do need them as reds, like at production of coke. I need them at coke. Alright, back over here. S improved substrate 1. D improved substrate. And that would be that. Do I provide basic fungal substrate? Nah. Nah, I don't think I need it for anything. Alright, I'll need them for Bodos initially. When I get initial Bodos, which... I'm not going to use them. Nope, I'm not going to use them. I don't need them for the Corlex food. I'm going to do Corlex food. And I'm not going to do Fagnots on this recipe. They're going to have their own food. But I'm not going to do them before I have access to the later recipes. If I can help it. and I'm doing better recipes than Faugi 3. So the only two uses of this fungal substrate are pointless. I don't need it provided. I'll need the quality substrate eventually provided the next level up. Not the basic yet. I'll need to scale the basic when I get the next one because I'm going to do all of it in the same factory. It'll be minor on the amount of scaling that I need for that. Let's see here. Where to start? Doesn't necessarily matter. It's all going to be painful anyway. So let's go with the uncaged Ulrich into bones. Whoops. I need one more of those, thanks. Glorious and beautiful uncaged Ulrichs into bones. This is going to take cages and Ulrich. This line is cages. Filter. Cages. On the right. Thanks. There we go. And then Ulrich in. Doing this will absolutely help with some other issues I'm having with Ulrich food. I'll just say at substrate. Okay, Ulrich in the uncaged variety. Come on down. Can I upgrade my augs? No. No breeding programs yet. How sad. Alright, that'll be the bones. Provided. Ta-da! Glorious bones. Beautiful, wonderful, glorious bones. Next, give me compost and wood. Yeah, I'll do this with a shared belt. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, I didn't actually request these. Whoopsies. I always assume that I have them, and I never do. Yeah, I always just assume. And I'm always wrong. Every single time. That this is like the one building that I think that I have that I don't actually have ever. Fortunately, these two can absolutely share a belt. Because we've got wood and we've got bones needed here for the improved substrate in the end. I am going to need to have the logs as logs as well. Why so much biomass? Why are you making... Hold up. Oh, 5. There it is. There it is. 5.1. And then 1 point... Wow, that's a lot of biomass for just the steam. Power all that. Bring in logs. Our logs at substrates. Logs are here. Hello, logs. I am not looking forward to the day that I have to scale my logs. Oh, that's gonna be a little bit painful when the day eventually arrives, where I will have to scale my logs. It will arrive, just gonna take a while. You know what? Just go further up. Okay, that's that part taken care of. Next. The wonderful world of Zogna. Oh, right, I need Zogna. Right. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4 solids. Not 5. You actually need to be one of these. Our Zogna at substrates. Our manure at substrates. And what's the last one? Seaweed. Our seaweed at substrates. Let there be Zogna. Zogna, Zogna. Where does Zogna live? I never remember. Zogna. There you are. I don't need to search you again, just push the big C button. When that eventually arrives, we'll have some seaweed. Manure. Okay. Don't need any of that. My spacing was glorious. Zogna's gonna have to shift a little bit, though. There we go. Bring the Zogna down. Zogna is on its way. And over here, I need to bring in... I didn't want to cut that, I wanted to copy it. I need to bring over some molten glass and benzene. How many benzene trains do I have? 1. Yeah, I should probably have another one of those. SD full cargo circuit condition automatic. Yeah, I should probably have another one of those going around. So yeah, this is 1,200 each of benzene and aromatics. Just casually, 1,200 per second of each benzene and aromatics. I have sufficient quantities of these things for a bit of time. So all I'm doing is making some amounts of petri dishes, existent amounts of petri dishes, just enough to like fill boxes and maintain a loop. And I think that it's me who you have to thank for that being a thing, this being a thing here. I think so, because there was something there. It used to be done in a way that didn't quite make too much sense. I complained about something, and Pyandon decided that with these substrates to return the empty dishes in the end. I was like, oh, that's fine. Like, oh yeah, that's perfectly fine to return the empty dishes. Because it's like, yeah, I think it was just that the concept that you're using the dish in this improved substrate. It's like, oh, so you have glass in your substrate? Yeah, no, you don't have glass in your substrate, so it has to return that dish, and that is now what it does. All right, that's done. So now we actually have to deal with 5 of you. I don't know, there was something. It was so long ago, but I was complaining about the substrates. In my Paidu Valley series, this is what I was complaining about, among several other things that were broken and that were fixed as well. At least we get fixes and improvements. All right, seaweed. Welcome to the party. Okay, you are making those petri dishes. These stack to 500, so I don't think I need more than a couple of stacks at a time. This will just be like a repository, I think, that'll keep the empty petri dishes on hand. Because it's the same thing with the next level of recipes. For the next rank of substrate, it will return a petri dish. You get 6 bone meal or 4 bones directly from one Ulrich. Well, at my current tech level, it's yeah, an amount. It's 4 bones per Ulrich. Yep, that sounds right to me. Without mercy killing. Don't know what you mean by that exactly. Yeah, they are like Fagnots are really the like highest bone output, but gosh, I've always had problems with this creature, like conceptually, because yeah, they have a gas bladder that you can extract from them, and they give a whole bunch of bones, but they're like awkward to set up. They're a bit they're a bit expensive for what they do. One, two. Okay, this is where it gets interesting. I need to have that separated just a little bit. And where I would normally have those be on shared belts, I'm not going to do that this time. Oh god, 10. 10 micro-org mines? I've complained about microorganism mines as well, and it seems that was one thing that that has not been adjusted. I have definitely complained many times about how slow the microorganism mines are. It was one of the issues with primers as well, but fortunately at least the primers got fixed. So we now have additional options for making those. Oh boy. Because originally all you had access to was the 70% recipe, which of course had a only 70% chance of outputting. Okay, it'll look like that then. Only a 70% chance of giving you your primer. One primer. But now there's a recipe that gives you a 100% chance, and then a recipe that gives you more. So, of course, I'm going to use those. Yeah, this was all we had. And you see how it's 10 incubated petri dishes for a 70% chance to get one primer, where this was the only option in the late game. Of course, I was going to be complaining about how slow microorganism mines are when it's a 10 to 0.7 ratio. So the fix was this: they gave you a add sea sponges recipe to get that extra 30%, and then a add simic blood to the sea sponges to give you 3 out. So now it's 10 to 3, which I guess we'll just have to live with for now, as well as live with the like higher mark level microorganism mines, which do increase their speed and module availability. Oh, there's also tech upgrades for microorganism mines. Are there? Seriously? There are. That's a problem. I think Pyandon may have inadvertently violated the laws of thermodynamics. Yeah, mm-hmm. Uh-oh. I've found a problem. Oh yeah, there's tech upgrades that replace recipes as well. There's that too. For production of bone meal and bones. Yeah, the it's supposed to automatically replace stuff with better versions, but doesn't always work. So this adds 30% productivity to microorganism mines. You could also increase their speed by 25%. Negative 5% productivity does absolutely nothing, but it is something that would need to be overcome when trying to make the buildings productive. The buildings take productivity normally, it looks like. So I don't, it's not that big of a deal. Basically, when I get that tech, what's going to end up happening in this one factory area only is that I'm going to end up with a net excess of empty petri dishes. So I will have to like burn excess petri dishes here when I eventually get that tech upgrade to get productivity, 30% productivity on all of these mines. I will always take the productivity. Always, always, always. Even though I complain about the speed of these buildings, I will take the productivity every time. No question about it. I will take it every time. Okay, you. You get the urea, some biomass, logs, and water. Logs and biomass. Biomass is going to be needed for other things as well. Trim that back. I can start bringing over this guy as well. Yeah, maybe don't run that on that line. I'm going to need to reverse that belt. Okay, water. Shift that up a little bit. Water. Ta-da. Logs, biomass, urea. Oddly enough, it's the logs and the urea that can share the line here, and then biomass splits to go up. Oh boy, and then 4 of these guys. Whoops. 4. Autosave is autosaving. Plonk all that down. Grab this guy. Plonk it there. Now, we are outputting this basic substrate onto the belt. You actually make up to 1.5. I'm only using a third of that. Okay. Right, so this is the quote-unquote wood plus other doohickey. I'm going to put those on, so that'll get going. And this will be bones. Bones plus wood on this, like, empty line here. Bones plus wood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inputs. Biomass. Microorg. 1, 2, 3, 4. What? Where's 5? 5, right there. So if there's 5, since there's 5, I'm going to have a belt here and then the output belt here. Ta-da! Da-da da 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 da. Oh, belt. I'm out of belt. 9 whole units left. Let's head to the mall and restock so that I can get these wood processing units as well. Back to the mall. I can pretty much just close all that out now. And then I have to request the improved substrate and change all of these recipes, and that will magically triple my output of Faugi. More than? Ahem. Let's see, the building difference between you 51 and you 25 is double. Double, okay. That's not too bad then. That's not awful. So I will get double my output by switching the recipe to the improved substrate recipe that uses just improved substrate plus spores plus water. There's even more recipes that use like manure and such for Faugi, but I don't really think that the manure expense is justified. He says with the urea here, but urea, what are we gonna do with you long term? What am I full on? Get rid of that. Alright, I think I'm carrying absolutely everything. I don't need the microorganism mines. Ah, right. I've got trash. Actual trash to get rid of. There we go. Get rid of those crackers. Why do I constantly carry around regenerative heat exchangers? Like, they've been consuming a space in my inventory the whole time. And I very rarely need them. Alright, that's better. Just finish bringing me my belt. In fact, belt. Get in there. And then bring me some fresh. And how am I looking on these Mark II buildings? I have my Mark II buildings. I have them. We could do power. We can do power production. Oh, big stretch. Oh, back cracking. How's Dolly? How's the baby? Yeah, how's my Dolly? How's the baby girl? Yeah, that's the baby girl. Get the pets. Pets for the Dolly. Yes, pets. Pets for the Dolly. And Ollie, of course, he's next to me too. He's comfy. He's comfy next to me, resting. Resting directly on a heating pad that's not turned on right now. Are we done? We done. Let's get back. Back over here. I should have my wood processing units. I do have Mark II of ability to build Mark II of a few of these buildings. Like I can dramatically cut down on high pressure furnaces because the Mark II is 3x improvement. They go from 0.5 to 1.5 crafting speed. Yeah, so I could go from 5 to 2 on here. I can't do compost plants. I can do slaughterhouses. Okay. I can do the microorganism mines already? Huh. Well, that's nice. I can't do the bioreactors, the biofactories, the creature chambers, gene labs, incubators, but I can do microorg mines. No on the research center. I can do slaughterhouses. I can actually do slaughterhouses. That's great. That's double the speed. I cannot do spore collectors, yet I can do Faugi plantations to Mark II. That one I know I have. Yeah. It's like, I can do the Faugi, but I can't do the spores. Like, come on. We can do the Augs. Cannot do compost plants. I can do Prandium Labs Mark II. I can do Fastwoods for Mark II. That's highly tempting. I can do Moss Farms, also highly tempting. Cannot do Relesia. I can do Sap Extractors, again, highly tempting. Seaweed Crops, highly tempting. Although note that most of these are just a 50% difference. They have the same crafting speed, but they have 50% more module slots in them, generally. I wish that these tooltips told you how many module slots there are in these buildings, but they don't, sadly. I could do phytoplankton farms. I don't really think I'm actually doing any phytoplankton in the entire base yet. So yeah, lots of stuff that I need to set up off screen between streams, which, as a reminder, I will not be able to stream on Thursday, our second day of Factorio for the week. Because I need to be available for, wrong search, for a technician who's coming by to fix our satellite. The Dish Network. It says that there's no signal. It can't acquire the signal for some strange reason. It has complete signal loss. Okay, power. Whoops. And that is not quite that. There's one more thing. There's always one more thing. Just one more thing. We're going to grab all of our empty petri dishes. And I'm going to go right down here. Put them in that. And there they go. That should be plenty. And it shouldn't back up at any point. So now we're... Oh, right. That would help. Hey, yeah, feed the agar. Oh, Dolly's grooming. Dolly's grooming. Yes, she's a pretty girl. She knows she's a pretty girl. Yes, she knows. She knows she's pretty. Okay. And that, my friends, is improved fungal substrate. Ta-da. Eventually, I'll have quality fungal substrate, and I will use it too. Locomotive, wagons. We can limit a bit. I think the stack size is 200-ish. Substrate. SD full cargo. Circuit condition. Go ahead with that. What is your stack size? 100. Okay. That's fine. 100 is fine. Glorious. Beautiful improved fungal substrate, which has a picture of a Faugi on it. It has a picture of a Faugi on it. And that's what we're going to use it for. Now if I can find it in this list. If at all. I'm looking for pink. Purpley pink. There you are. There they are, right there. Improved substrate. There you go. You are defined. Remember, I'm making 5 per second. So currently that's about 2 minutes of production to fill up the train. Just about 2 minutes of production for that 5 per second. You know, technically, I just did that. Petri dishes. Yeah, I don't know about Petri dishes like on the network or anything like that. I'm not certain I want to do that as decentralized production. A lot of this stuff I'm going to work on between streams, or at some point. The stuff that's on this to-do list, that's really more for me. But yeah, this power. Hi. Why, hello, power. So looking at all of this, it seems like I can just straight up copy and upgrade to Mark II my existing build. So where do I want to do power? Where do I want power? Well, I currently already have power in here. I want to, ideally, replace this power with this power. Just straight up completely remove this mind power, reclaim the area a bit for other things. Like I can put another factory in here if I really wanted. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. My power production right now, we're talking about replacing 1.9 gigawatts with this, and this makes like a little under 250 net. Yeah, I need to get a lot of my nitrogen DDCs upgraded to Mark IIs. That would reduce entities overall. Yeah, there's no chance I'm using filtration media for nitrogen. Not when I only have access to the basic filtration media recipe. When I do have access to, and I'm making filtration media through the more efficient recipes for filtration media, then I will be more inclined to use it for things like filtering nitrogen. But only later when I have access to those better recipes. It's not that I won't ever do that, it's just I don't think it's useful now. So, do I even need a train station? No, because that goes against the whole point of all of this, right? That would defeat the purpose. The whole point is that this is something I can plonk down anywhere. So I just need to like go. I just need to go somewhere. Let's go park somewhere here out of the way. No, I want you to park. Blah, blah, stop. I'm like, hold up. No, I want you to park in a place that will allow me to leave. So yeah, park on this line, which lets me go straight again. That lets me go up from there. Because from this line, I can't U-turn. Yeah, I can't U-turn. There's no connection back from there. Yeah, if this existed, it would be so nice, actually, because then trains could effectively do U-turns. Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to test that out. Maybe a slight addition to the blueprint is in order. All right, we parking? Yes, we are parking right here. Trains will only ever go up or left right now, so this is not blocking anything. All right, start off with a copy of this infrastructure. Autosave is auto-saving. And then the fun part. You. Now, I'm going to need to upgrade the DDCs, the washers. Excuse me, the washers, the soil extractors. Where's soil extractors? Right there. To Mark II, as well as the fluid separator to Mark II. And then I need to go over all of that. And that, as they say, is that. Yeah, pretty much. That's that. Everything exists currently. I can make a change. I can make a change. I can do that. Yeah, and I should do that because this uses a ton of chutes. Please don't be broken. Please just not be broken. All right. Get all that placed. And this is just one of these units. I'm going to have more over time. A lot more. Because, yeah, about 240-ish megawatts total. Just to be sure that we are all correct here on this power. 10, 3, 8, 8, 16. 10, 3, 16, 16, yeah. That's right. That is correct. That is correct. This will give me 400, or 200 each, excuse me, of benzene and aromatics as outputs. Ta-da! Da-dee-dee-da-da-doo-doo-doo. Do-da-da-da-da-da. Then... Then we need 8 compost plants. Pin. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Spacing is everything. I'm gonna bring them down just a bit to be in better alignment. Gosh, that's one tile. If I can do one more... Uh-oh. The game has crashed. The game has officially crashed. Unexpected error occurred. I haven't had that happen in an extremely long time. Okay. Something strange. The game attempted to do something strange. I thought it was trying to autosave. Oh well. So how much did we lose? All of it? I'm gonna assume all of it. I'm just gonna imagine all of the things. Everything I just did is gone. And everything is gone. Absolutely everything. Da. Okay, fine. Whatever. We have to do this again. Go in, put for the DDC, for the washer, for the doohickey, for the other doohickey. Mark 2, Mark 2, Mark 2, and Mark 2. And upgrade the doohickeys. All of this belt doesn't need to exist. Because that went to coke line for the burners in the other area. I probably shouldn't even have the coke. I should just be converting aromatics to biomass. So yeah, here's one really good reason why I was using the regular doohickeys there. It's because I need the chutes elsewhere. I don't actually carry enough chutes for a single one of these builds. They use a lot if I'm doubling up like that. Now, the reason why I doubled up on those chutes, if you were not aware, the reason is that there is an exploit with mini loaders where they are capable of just fundamentally, inherently, loading at a rate much, much higher than what they're actually rated for. So they end up loading significantly faster than their rated speed. This guy, and then I want the alignment to be at least one tile. That's 8, and I need 8. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That will work. It could be a little closer. Could be a little closer, but whatever. And let's actually reverse them so that the pipe inputs are on this side. I'm going to have outputs off of like both sides. It'll be a bit much on the logistics, but like it'll overly use my belts. But I sort of do need them on each side. Huh. Alright, which one's aromatics? This bottom line. As long as I can jump, I guess I'm fine. Okay, go a little further. Okay, exit, exit. Oh boy, it's already that time. wanted to actually see energy generation out of this, but I don't know if we're going to be able to get to that. Power to the everything. Let's give power to actually everything in here. Right, and the power poles are the reason I need for there to be... I needed for there to be an extra space on the bottom, because I'm going to run the power lines here. Or did I end up on... Okay, yes. That right there, that alignment was perfect. Okay. The irony is that the fuel that will be output to delete the pure sand is sort of dependent upon the system running first. But I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I think we're going to have fuel enough to... Yeah, just barely. Just barely. There we go. And then each of these is capable of like 3.33 each. Ollie, get down. Get down. Get down. He's trying to swap my light up above. Hey, you. You just suddenly full of energy, Mr. Cat. Okay, and then it's... I didn't even notice this. That should be default. And I need 9. You know what? We're going to go with the 8, and we're going to see, because actually it's going to work out so that I ended up needing a little bit more biomass for voiding anyway, and that might have adjust. No, that's 8.8. I definitely need a 9th compost plant. That sort of sucks, but I don't think I can get around it. What is the biomass throughput? 14.6. Okay, that's fine. 1 more tile, thanks. That'll do it. That'll do it. And then 3-3. 3-3. Pin. Thanks. One, 2, 3. Huh? I wasn't carrying any of those with me. Well, you get the idea. I have to end things off. It's getting a bit too late here. I'm gonna finish this off and scale and have some fun with Mark II buildings, waiting around for the production of Mark II buildings and turbines and such. Ugh. Just so much stuff and things. So many stuff and things. Stuffs and things to think about here. Oh boy. And this is not going to stop moving because I overflow void both thingies, all of the thingies, yes, all of them. Every single one. Maybe? Actually, the aromatics are not. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, I'll work on it between streams. Reminder yet again, I will not be streaming on Thursday. I am streaming tomorrow, but I am streaming The Hunter Call of the Wild. We are playing on the New Zealand map, Te Awaroa. And that will be absolutely glorious, I would hope. I hope it will be absolutely glorious. I'm actually not going to go back and build more of these units after I finish this first one. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Oh, I almost died. With that, folks, we got Circuit 2s today, and we got improved fungal substrate today, and we've worked on an updated means of power production that will be using 10 Mark II combustion turbines in the end to produce about 240-ish megawatts of power, I think. I'll find out. If you have enjoyed today's stream, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff down below the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you have not yet subscribed, and hit the notification bell. Consider becoming a member of the channel by hitting the great big blue join button and supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushowboat if you are so inclined and able. I will be back when I am back, and I will see you all on the next one.